Hello my viewers and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be telling you 10 ways in which you can boost your memory. If this sounds interesting, keep watching till the end. Also, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. This is really important to me because it motivates me to make more videos like this. So let's get into it. Whether you are young or old, we all need our memory for our day-to-day activities. So it is very important that we do our best to make sure that our memories function optimally. So, have you ever noticed that sometimes you feel some brain fog, memory lapses, or even some senior moments? This could not just be because of the poor quality night sleep, although it can cause it, or even the distractions of a busy schedule. Most of the time, it could be caused by the age-related cognitive decline. Yes, this is because a decline in cognitive ability is like a natural consequence that we all experience. And research has shown that this usually begins between the early to mid-40s. To store and retrieve new information, the brain relies heavily on acetylcholine, which plays an important role in helping to form neural connections. But unfortunately, as we get older, it becomes more difficult for the brain to produce this acetylcholine, thus making it even more harder for the brain to be able to create new short-term memories. This is why you might find it very easy to recall events of decades ago and people you knew many years ago, maybe 20 or 30 years ago, but you find it difficult to remember things you did recently. You even find it difficult to remember where you just parked your car or dropped your keys. But since no one can stop the progression of time, it becomes very important that we do all we can to protect our brain, do what we can to improve its functioning and avoid anything that can cause damage to our brain cells. So at this moment, I'm going to be telling you 10 different ways in which you can improve your memory. So let's get into it. Memory booster number 1, eat less sugar. So, eating less sugar is one way we can help to improve our memory. In fact, a research involving more than 4,000 persons showed that people who ate more sugar had lesser brain volume and poorer memories compared to their counterparts who ate less sugar. So you can see it is scientifically proven. Eating less sugar is good for our memory. So try as much as possible. Even if it means starting little by little to cut down the amount of sugar we take, it's really going to help us in the long run. So let's get into number 2. The booster number 2 is getting enough sleep. Oh, I think I'm a culprit here because I don't get enough sleep. I may have reasons to give, but it's not an excuse. So getting at least 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep every night is what an adult needs in order to have a good memory functioning. So having poor quality sleep can really impact on our thinking, our creativity, and our ability to solve problems. So it is very important that we try as much as possible to get enough sleep because this will help to improve our judgment and help us to even remember things as quickly as possible. So let's get to the third booster. Booster number 3 is getting mental stimulation. Yes, getting mental stimulation is very important and it simply means engaging in brainy activities. So engaging in these brainy activities actually helps to stimulate new nerve cells. So here the brain gets in a it kind of stimulates the brain and tries to make it to generate new nerve cells. And when these new nerve cells are generated, it's there for your use because in the future, when there is a kind of cell loss, these ones act as a kind of reserve in order to help. So an example of these mental activities could include reading, puzzle, drawing, or even doing some kind of painting. So when we talk about reading, you might not want to read, but try to get something that interests you and don't spend so much time so that you don't get fed up with it. You can just do it 5 minutes or 10 minutes every day. When you build that consistency, it helps to improve your memory. So try and get started. It might not just be reading, it could be drawing, it could be puzzle or painting, anything at all that keeps your brain active and makes it to think better. So that is it. So number 4 on the list is building a strong social network. Yes, this is very, very important. It cannot be overemphasized because as humans, we always like to interact. And when we interact, we are using our memory, isn't it? It's been found out that people who have strong social connection have a lower probability of developing dementia, lower blood pressure, and also have the ability of having a higher life expectancy. Doesn't that sound good? So let's try and get more friends for ourselves. It may not be having so many friends. You can have 1, 2, or 3 people that you can always reach out to, talk with, and spend some time with. That really helps to improve our memory. Number 5 is cut the carbs. Yes, this means reducing the amount of refined carbohydrates we take in. Examples of these refined carbohydrates are cakes, cereals, cookies, white rice, white bread, and the rest of them. Studies of carb in relation to memory shows that eating food that are very high in carbohydrates, especially refined carbs, have been linked to developing dementia and other forms of cognitive decline. So it is very important that we eat this in moderation. This doesn't mean that we cannot eat white rice or white bread or that we can't take cakes, no. But ensuring that we take them in moderation, because when we take them in excess, they can negatively impact on our memory. Next, which is the number 6, is ensuring that we use this method known as repeat and remember. Yes, this method is very important, especially for young people or students who are in their, who are trying to write an exams, even people who are in their career, who are trying to remember different things. This one has to do with use of repetition. Here, you can repeat things in various ways in order for you to be able to remember it. And this also helps to improve our memory a lot. Research shows that for you to be able to get some or learn something new and get it into your long-term memory, you have to repeat that thing for 17 different times. And for you to repeat this, you have to do it in different ways. You don't just have to sit down and talk about it 17 times. You can say it out loud, you can put it in writing, you can even draw. That is the use of visuals. You can listen to it. So you can do it in various ways. By the time you've done it in various ways, it will be able to, get stuck in your long-term memory. So that is it. And for you to be able to achieve this, you can do 2 different things. So this takes us to the next 2 points. Number 7 on the list is the use of memory tools. So using these memory tools, they really work so well because I personally have used it as a student and it worked well for me. So let me explain what it means. Using memory tools, this includes the use of mnemonics. You have example of maybe songs, abbreviations, acronyms. So these are very important tools because it helps you to really remember things that are a long list. So students usually use this a lot, and any other person can use it irrespective of whatever you want to remember. So it helps you to remember a long list, as I just mentioned. And you have an example of maybe the use of songs. We know about the 30 days of September. So with this, you can be able to tell how many days you have in each month of the year without you necessarily going to look at the calendar or having to cram it, and sometimes you might make a mistake, but just having to learn that song makes it all easy. I also remember that as a student in my secondary school days, we started studying chemistry and we were told to cram the first 20 elements. It was very difficult, but having to put it in a song, you now hear people singing hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. So it was just like a song. It was fun. And up till today, I can still sing that song. I can still write the first 20 elements without thinking so much. So this one is like a sure way. There is no 2 ways about it. Once you do it, you will never forget. So the next one is the use of chunks or groups. So this simply means dividing an information or whatever thing you want to remember into smaller groups or chunks. For instance, in order to cram a phone number, you might just decide to divide them into 3 groups. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So by so doing, you just see yourself being able to get it. And for you to be able to achieve this, you can do it by, first of all, dividing it into chunks. That's what I just said. Then you try to find the connection between each of them. Try to find out how the first one relates to the second one. So when you find this out, it makes it easier for you to follow through. And then the last is try to repeat it as much as you can. So you see, by doing this, it makes it much more easier for you to, remember things faster. So that is it for these two tips. I mentioned that these two, the number 7 and 8, is just like a way of understanding what we discussed in number 6. So let's go over to number 9. Booster number 9 is managing stress. Stress is not good for the brain at all. In fact, chronic stress levels has been linked to destroying brain cells. In a study which was carried out by the Alzheimer's Research UK, it involved 1,320 persons with an average age of 58. So in that study, these people related their lifetime stressful experiences and they took part in the test of memory. And at the end of the day, the research showed that 4 years of cognitive decline was an equivalent of the stressful life experiences they had. So as a result of the stressful life experiences, it led to 4 years of cognitive decline. That is really big, isn't it? So that shows that the more we manage our stress level, the better we are at improving our memory. So the next on the list is eating brain healthy diets. Just as we talked about earlier, eating a lot of sugary food can, affect our brains negatively. It can affect our memory negatively. In the same way, eating brain healthy diet can help to improve our memory, that is giving it a positive effect. So we have example of what we call the mind diet. This kind of diet helps to improve the memory a lot. Examples of such diets are green leafy vegetables. We have examples like spinach, kale, pumpkins, water leaf, and different kinds of green leafy vegetables. These are very good for our brain health. We also have example of nuts, whole grains, and also other kinds of foods which are really helpful, like poultry. So these are the things that we can eat to help improve our brain health. The last on the list, which is like the bonus, is getting physical exercise. Yes, using your body also helps your mind. That is exercise. Exercise is something that you can do depending on your ability, your strength, and what you are able to do. So choose a form of exercise that is suitable for you. So when we talk about exercise actually helps to increase the number of tiny blood vessels which supply oxygen-rich blood to the area of the brain that is responsible for thought. So this helps to make your brain more efficient and improves your memory. Also, exercise spurs the development of new nerve cells and helps to increase the connection between brain cells. This results in a brain that is more efficient and adaptive, leading to better brain performance. Also, exercise helps to reduce your blood sugar level, your blood pressure, it reduces the cholesterol levels, and thus helps to reduce mental stress. So you can see the importance of exercise can never be overemphasized. In summary, I would say perfect your techniques. That is what I've got to say. This simply means whatever you know that works best for you, as long as it does not negatively impact on your health and helps to improve your memory, do it. You must not put all of the 10 things I've mentioned together to do. No. But you can start from one. Do this little by little. And with time, you'll find out that you'll be able to do a lot and thus improve your brain functioning. Also remember that when it comes to our ability to remember, you have to follow what works best for you as well. Even while we were in school, some people remember best by just reading. Some remember by reading and then having to write it down. Some might have to record it and listen to it many times before they are able to remember. So choose what works best for you and then stick to it. I absolutely enjoyed filming this video and I hope you enjoy it too. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And then, thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.